Martin Luther King was killed by his doctor, not a bullet. Let's let that sink in. I think that he was killed by his doctor because he got to the hospital still breathing. They got it to where he was a little stable to get him to the hospital. But all of a sudden, when he gets to the hospital, you all take him up surgery. He comes back, or y'all come back. He's dead. Got me thinking too. I'm kind of thinking like, how did that bullet kill him? If you all had him stable in the ambulance to get him to the hospital, and when he got up and came back down, he was dead. Okay. A Facebook post that was published January the 17th showed a years-old clip from a broadcast company from Russia TV network that got more than 500 shares within 2 days with over 11,000 views. That video had the King's lawyer William Pepper in there, and with him stating that King was not killed by a bullet, he was killed by his doctor at St. Joseph's Hospital. The chief neurosurgeon, Dr. Breen Bland, suffocated Dr. King. It was a sighting, the purported an eyewitness to the suffocation of Dr. King, which she was a surgical nurse named Lula Mae Shelby. Pepper also told us that she knew that King was suffocated by Dr. Bland. He did it with a pillow. She just kept quiet because she didn't want to get in trouble, lose her job or anything like that. But now this lady is dead. She can't tell her story, and she can't tell us what actually went on in that hospital room or when he suffocated Dr. King. I know some people are like, well, why all of a sudden now y'all are saying a neurosurgeon did it? To say that a neurosurgeon came into the ER with the pillow and suffocated Dr. King is nothing but a slander. Some would say, yeah, you're going to slander it because you all are going to try to cover it up any way that you can. Covering anything up to try to save someone or not put a bad reputation on someone. If you did it, you did it. It's no coming back from it, so why try to cover it up? If you had a witness, this witness just didn't speak up because she didn't want to get in trouble, or at the time she knew that her voice wasn't going to be heard. They weren't going to listen to anything she was saying because this man is the chief of neurology. Who's going to do that? And you already had James Earl Ray say that he did it. You already had him pleading guilty to the murder, and I'm pretty sure he's already pleaded guilty to the murder. He recanted 3 days later. So you're recanting and saying that you did not do it. You wanted to withdraw your guilty plea. Why are you doing it? You know you didn't do it, but 3 days later you want to take back your guilty plea. You're not guilty. You didn't do it. If you knew you didn't do it from the get-go, why would you say you did it? So did they tell you to do that? You just were going by what the people were saying, or they was like, we know you did it. Just take this and we can get you less time. No, this man know that he didn't kill Dr. King. He just went ahead and said he did it, but when he tried to recant his guilty plea, it was no need. But he was never able to formally withdraw his plea because they would not let him. Why would I let you withdraw a plea that you said you were guilty from when you said you did it, and people are already saying that this man did it with a pillow? So why would we let you off the hook and not let the chief of neurosurgery take the blame for it? I personally feel he did it. I don't think James Earl Ray did it. I think Dr. Bland did it, because this man wouldn't have recanted his guilty plea. If you know you didn't do it and you got tired of listening to people telling you that you did it, you want to go ahead and make it right, let them know who did it or try to take it back, you weren't able to do it. But like William Pepper said, he represented James Earl Ray. He didn't want James Earl Ray to take that plea. James Earl Ray just took the plea. What were y'all doing? Badgering the man to tell him that he did something when he really didn't? No. Pepper even previously promoted the conspiracy theories related to the terrorist attacks, claims King's death was a result of a vast government conspiracy, which I kind of believe it too. He's at the hospital. He's dead. Coming from the surgery, he's dead. Yeah, I believe you all had something to do with it. The doctor, the government, you all put something in plan because you seen Dr. King was taken off as a civil rights activist, a leader. He was getting people to follow in behind him. He was being a leader, trying to get stuff put in motion or set in motion for blacks. He was trying to make everybody equal, but you all didn't want him to do that. You all chose to have a doctor go in and suffocate him. Like, no, we're not even going to say that this didn't happen when we know that it happened. So everybody that knew that this happened didn't want to take accountability for what you did. You did it. You had somebody do this, but you went along with it instead of using your head, thinking to yourself, why would I do this to this man who's not done anything to nobody? He's just being a civil rights leader, activist. He's with the civil rights movement. Let this man do what he wants to do to get blacks or everybody equal. Let him do it. Dr. King even had a friend, Reverend Ralph Albertini. He was his close friend and confidant. And when King was shot during his time in the emergency room at St. Joseph, Dr. Reverend Bernard Lee and another member of the church accompanied him. So they were there when King died. They were there, and they were there afterwards. So I don't know about people today, but I certainly believe that he was suffocated. Because the man got there, he was still alive. You all had him stable enough to get him to the hospital and then surgery. But I don't even believe the autopsy. They even had an autopsy that was saying that the bullet went through his neck and his chin. Okay, some people still live from that. You can even get people stable enough to get them to the hospital to fix that. I watch enough Chicago Med to know and know. I wanted to be an OBGYN. I even wanted to be a doctor before I wanted to be an OBGYN. So I know that you could get someone stable enough to get them to surgery to do the difficult challenges that you have to do in surgery to get this person to live. So why couldn't you do that? But instead, he came out dead. From a gunshot wound, let you tell it. I don't believe that autopsy report. And anybody that would believe that autopsy report, you're not thinking to yourself, if they had this man stable enough to get him to the hospital and then surgery, how did the surgery go wrong? Why you all didn't go out there and tell his close friend, the reverend, that something went wrong in surgery? You all waited till he was already dead to come tell the man something went wrong, that he was dead from the gunshot wound? No. So I'm going to keep going on with that. He was suffocated. And if enough people can get together to get this pushed to see if something can be done, even though I know it's old, some people don't care about it, we can actually get something did. We just got to come together and keep it alive. If we know what happened, they know what happened, everybody should know what happened. But that's my theory on it. I think he was suffocated by Dr. Bland. Sorry. Just me. And I thank you for listening. I hope I got you to know or to at least think, darn, did he get suffocated? Is there enough evidence to say about that gunshot other than that autopsy? They're saying it went through the chin and the neck. But when the people putting him in the ambulance, they didn't see all of that. So pay attention to it. Listen. Look.